My name is Joe, and I am a weapon of mass instruction. Last episode, I talked about your first fundamental of pistol shooting. Your grip on the gun, stance, all sorts of good things like that. Things you should not do, suggestions, all right, different sorts of tactics to use while employing that first fundamental. Tonight's lesson is about pistol sights. All right, I'm going to break it down into several sections. First, what are your sights? I'm going to go over your sight alignment, sight picture, eye focus, eye relief, and eye dominance. First off, what are your sights? All right. Basically, most pistols produced in the factory come with iron sights. All right. And before I go any further, I'm going to show you that my pistol is clear. The magazine I am using right now is empty. All right. So, what are your pistol sights? Again, pistols produced in the factory have what's called iron sights. Usually, one post in the front, two posts back here. All right. I don't know if you can see it very easily. My Bursa Thunder 380cc has low profile sights, so they can have regular pop-up sights, all right, low profile sights, all sorts of different things, but in general you're going to have three posts to look through, all right, so it's important to remember all three posts. Some pistols out there will come with no sights. Some pistols will have iron sights plus a rail where you could attach different optics, different stuff like that. All right, I'm not going to go into those scopes and different red dot sights so much right now. That'll come in a later episode. Tonight is going to be all about those iron sights. So, a lot of people out there tell new shooters focus on that front sight. That is great, but you have to remember that rear sight as well. All right, so you've got your rear sight and you've got that front sight, just like that. Basically, you need to see all three of those posts in a row, centered on your target. All right, all three posts in a row. That's your good sight alignment. Okay, you don't want your front sight to be rising up because that will actually cause your barrel to go above the target. Quick demonstration. Right now I'm aiming, all right, directly ahead of me, and I'm only using that front sight post. All right, so my eyes are going just like this. This is a bit of an exaggeration, but it's basically the same thing. My eyes are going this way, but the barrel of the gun is going this way. All right, so the more pronounced that is, the higher your shot is going to go. Again, remember that rear sight. Remember to reset your sights after you take a shot. The recoil of the gun is going to throw off your sight alignment for a second or two. You got to get those sights back on target in order to take that next shot. A lot of people out there will feel that recoil, let that gun drop, and now all of a sudden their front sight is low. Their next shot is going to hit the target in the feet, if at all. All right, so you got to be careful of that. Again, rear sight, front sight, target. All right. Next up, sight picture. I pretty much covered that in just a second ago. Centered on your target. All right. For the most part, you're going to aim center mass. Specific situations, you may aim for the head or other parts of the target. All right, this is assuming you're going for a human. You aim center mass because most people that assault your home are not going to be wearing body armor. So your bullets penetrating the torso will cause massive damage, bleeding, and death. Which, let's not shit ourselves here, that's what you're trying to go for. All right, aim center mass. You do not have to account for the recoil of the gun. Some guns kick lightly, some guns kick heavily. All guns recoil after the shot goes off. All right? Basically, it's the gun's way of taking a shit. It's shitting energy. That's all it is. You eat breakfast in the morning. If you skip all of your other meals, eventually you're still going to take a shit, getting rid of the leftovers from that breakfast that your body doesn't need. Same thing with a pistol. All right? The shot goes off. Energy gets used to force that bullet out the barrel into the target with a high velocity. All right? Some of that energy gets used to reload the gun. That happens next. And the leftover energy gets transmitted back to you, the shooter, as recoil. All right? So that all happens after your shot goes off. Again, don't account for recoil. Let the shot surprise you, aim center mass, and the gun will kick. Don't worry about that. Just get it back on target and then shoot again. All right? Different firearms manuals will sometimes tell you to lollipop the target. What I mean by that is, here's the target, and your sights are going right underneath there, okay? Lollipopping, I don't know why they say it. Certain pistols may require it. It is possible if your zero is at a distance other than what you're shooting at, you may have to aim higher or lower, but for the most part, again, center mass. Any pistol I've ever picked up, it's center mass, will guarantee center mass hits, all right? So that's pretty much that, sight picture, center mass. Eye focus is basically what you're focusing your eyeballs on. All right, as you may have already noticed, your eyes can only focus on one thing at a time. If you're focusing on something on the distance, things closer up to you are blurry. If you're focusing on things closer up to you, things in the distance are blurry. All right, if you focus on your target, your sights will be blurry. It's going to be hard to aim through those sights when those sights are blurry. The further away your target is, the easier it is to lose those sights. All right, you may end up with holes around your target. If you're aiming for paper, you may end up missing your target altogether. Be careful of that. All right, if you focus your eyes on your rear sight, your front sight is going to be blurry, the target's going to be blurry, and basically you're going to go cross-eyed trying to figure out what to do. Don't do that either, okay? What your eyes should be focused on is that front sight post or front sight blade, okay? Make that clear, your rear sight blurry and that target blurry. That will ensure the tightest possible grouping, all right? I don't know the science behind it exactly. That's just what happens, all right? Through my own experience, through others' experience, and through proper teaching, okay? Focus on that front sight. Okay, eye relief. That is the distance between your eyeball and your rear sight, whatever form it may take. Whether you're using iron sights, optics of any kind, all right, eyeball to the sights, all right. With pistol iron sights, eye relief really is not an issue, okay. So just use a stance that's most comfortable for you. Again, like I said, beginners, extend that arm all the way. If you bring your arm close enough, eventually that pistol is going to get to the point where it's going to recoil right into your face. All right, with a really heavy pistol like the Desert Eagle, that's going to hurt a lot. So please don't do that. Like I said, what's comfortable for you. If you can handle the recoil, you can go a little bit closer. Just make sure you don't bash yourself with that slide or that frame, whatever the case may be. If you're shooting something extremely heavy like a 500, the BFR, or a 460, one of those really, really powerful revolvers, or a really light pistol with a lot of heavy recoil, all right, something like that, don't bend your arms. Your best bet is to simply stay at arm's length, all right? That's your eye relief. Last up, your eye dominance. All right? When you're using your eyes to see things with, you're going to get a 3D image, basically because your dominant eye and your non-dominant eye are going to combine their image together. Obviously, because of that, you can't use both eyes to focus on those sights. If you try to do that, what's going to end up happening is your sights are going to be in the center of your head, and you're not going to be able to hit your target. You're going to try to figure it out, and it's going to left and right, all sorts of bad stuff, all right? Easiest way to figure out eye dominance, there's actually two ways. One, look at an object, try closing one eye, all right? See if that object stays where it was before. Or close the other eye and see if it moves, all right? That is kind of a little bit iffy. What I like to do is to keep both eyes open, focus on an object, and make a triangle with my hands at arm's length. Now, while keeping both eyes open and without breaking eye contact, bring that triangle back to your face. Whatever eye it ends up on is your dominant eye. With pistols, in the long run, it doesn't really matter which eye is dominant. Okay, that comes into play more with long arms in how you're going to actually use those sights and whether or not you need to change hands or change eyes. If you're having trouble with eye dominance, try shooting with your opposite hand, see if that works. All right. Try closing one eye. I don't recommend that because you lose your peripheral vision, and basically that means that a target coming at you from that blind side is going to get at you without you noticing it. All right, so be careful of that. I recommend keeping both eyes open, learn to shoot with that dominant eye, adjust your grip if you have to so you're still comfortable holding the pistol. Okay, that's pretty much what that comes down to. All right, that's pretty much all there is to your sights. Okay, again, I covered what they are: sight alignment, sight picture, eye focus, eye relief, eye dominance. What to do, what not to do, things you can do. If you have any suggestions, questions, or other comments, leave them in the comment section below. All right. I had a comment from a guy named Big Head Tech last time. He said, "Show me your boobies." Here you go, fucker. All right, and I have a question for you. What is your favorite pistol and why? My personal favorite is the Springfield XD. I love the combination of great ammo capacity, the fact that you don't have to worry about external safety levers, it's still fairly accurate, light to hold, and the recoil is fairly manageable. All right. Again, my name is Joe, and I am a weapon of mass instruction. I'll see you all next time.